Chairman, Board, Sean Paige, here today as a private citizen, not affiliated with any groups. My wife stood me up, so I thought I'd drop over. It might go a little longer than 3 minutes, but I'm here to talk about the Sierra Club suit. It's been kind of a thorn in my side, the Sierra Club, for a number of years as a journalist and as a including when I was here at the utility board. I just want to put it in a little bit of context because I was on this board when we were being sued by the Sierra Club for alleged Fountain Creek water violations that we weren't guilty of, really. I was on the city council when we were trying to squeeze every dollar, but we were spending $1 million a year to repave Pikes Peak Highway in response to another Sierra Club suit. So I think it's important to note that these suits, this is a frivolous and nuisance suit. This is brought by a group that does nothing but bring suits, and it gets paid by the federal government to do it in reimbursed legal fees. It's part of a larger war on coal that's irrational and self-destructive to this country's energy economy and its economy overall. And the war on Drake, the war on coal, will not end if we shut down Drake tomorrow, because the Sierra Club, which took $26 million from the natural gas industry stealthily and under the table to wage war on coal, when it got caught and exposed for what it was doing, has now changed its tune and turned its guns on natural gas. So we could shut down Drake tomorrow and they'd be after our natural gas plants next. So I think that's important context to understand. Do a Google search today, as I did. I mean, I didn't, again, it was spontaneous, but I did a Google search. Just put in coal, Sierra Club, and lawsuits, and you will get so many hits you can't even believe it. There's hundreds of suits going at any one time. And they're subsidized to sue through the Equal Access to Justice Act, which was passed back in the late 70s. Groups that sue the federal government or sue other entities can get reimbursement for their legal fees, and they do it all the time. One group that I studied as part of a project I'm working on now, Wild Earth Guardians, another local group that's very active, they get 41% of their revenues now from government, either grants or suit reimbursements, and all they do is sue. They sued 248 times since 2008. And this is all they do, and they get paid to do it. So does the suit have merit? I don't know. I haven't even looked. That's to be determined, I guess. Based on the other suit, the Clean Water Act suit in the Fountain Creek, I don't believe it will have merit. Will it succeed? No, I don't think it will succeed. It will succeed in generating headlines for the Sierra Club, which is what these things are all about. The club does nothing anymore in terms of hands-on, real-world conservation. It drives its agenda through litigation, indoctrination, and intimidation of elected officials, and that's how it advances its extreme fringe agenda. And what will it cost us? At the end of the day, even if the decision goes against us and we have to make some modification, that's the tip of a very, very large iceberg. Look back at what it cost us on the Fountain Creek lawsuit. I don't remember, Jerry probably has those figures somewhere, just to fight that lawsuit. It was huge, not just in terms of our legal bills, but the man hours in responding to document requests, blah, 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 blah. It goes on and on and on. It's clogging up a terribly clogged judicial system that isn't functioning. The wheels of justice are grinding to a halt in this country, and this is part of the problem is this massive amount of suits that are being brought every day. Every day at a time, mind you, when the US EPA under the Obama administration is as aggressive as it's ever been. I mean, these groups don't need to sue with an EPA under the Obama administration basically doing everything they can to shut down coal-fired power plants in this country, no matter what the cost and consequences for ratepayers. So it's outrageous. So I don't think it'll succeed, but that's really beside the point. I think the timing is also very suspicious and upsetting to me. That's what really brought me down here. We're about to embark on a very interesting and I think worthwhile discussion about the future of not just Drake, but a lot of things in this community about power. And that they would time this in a way to basically precipitate a crisis, to drive this debate forward, to taint the outcome in advance is outrageous to me, since they could go and sue a million other entities, which they're doing every day anyway. So I think the timing is very suspicious. You know, I would urge you, based on the history of this group here locally, I mean, they sued to get us to repave Pikes Peak Highway. allegedly because there was an endangered fish that had been up there for decades, coexisting with the highway, that suddenly was endangered. Has anyone gone back to see if our millions of dollars that we spent as part of that suit have improved the habitat of those fish? I doubt it, because it's not about that. It's not about animals. It's about control. It's about stopping things. It's about shutting down things that Greens disapprove of. They think we need to live the environmentally correct lifestyles that they want, and they'll do everything to get it.
Sean, even when I'm in agreement with the speaker, I still have to impose the time limit. So ask you to wrap.
I agree with it. I agree with it. I ask you to fight this suit with everything that you have. It's a shame that as a ratepayer who's paying a lot of money to water my backyard, just got resodded, that I have to pay for this too as a ratepayer. It upsets me very much. And I would ask the Sierra Club, in the interest of what's best for this community, to withdraw this suit at this point. Wait, because we're embarking on a very interesting discussion that may at the end of the day go their way. But to interject themselves now into this discussion. So I would ask them to withdraw this suit and put it off till another day so we can have this community-wide discussion without the taint of lawsuits hanging over our heads. Thank you for your time today.
Yes.
Thank you, Sean.
Nice.
I did, the other two individuals, Thomas and David, and I actually both